Clap it up for Angel is everybody. Straight from East Los.
I was looking at your feed right now. You're a busy guy, right? I feel like you're out there.
It's too much right now. I'm trying to dial it back, and no, I'm definitely honing in on. I know what I want to do, but you got to pay the bills, and
Right.
stuff.
Is it too much with like you're juggling multiple jobs or with hobbies and self-interest also?
I think all those things. I think I was literally thinking about it this last weekend because I took a mental health day on Monday because I was just like the weekend just I didn't reset at all. Feels like I'm working like 3 full-time jobs right now in a weird way, but like 2 of them I've been doing forever. The third one is because I want to like transition in like the next year or so. So it's like building that up real quick so that I can transition. And then all the side hobbies like songwriting for other people and
Just passions.
videos for other people. Yeah, those are honestly, if I could just do those all day, those are the fun things, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding that. They do add up though, like when you're that busy.
Yeah.
But it's a balance though, because if you weren't busy at all, if I'm not busy at all, then things aren't. I'd rather be busy. I'd rather be stressed from being busy than depressed from not being busy, from being bored and such.
I get you. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Which one of those things that you're currently doing do you think you enjoy the most?
Oh, the most is for sure making music, man. Like, if I tell friends all the time, I had a taste of it during COVID, when everything, the whole world shifted a little bit. I feel like I knew who I was, but that like cemented it for me during 2020, 2021, when it was like I just woke up every day, made music, went to the gym, made more music. And so doing that right now, especially for younger artists, because they're a little more, it's exciting watching them because everything's so new to them, right? Like, I don't know how long you've been doing music, but after a while, it kind of becomes a little like, oh, I've done this before. I've done that before. For them, everything's new. And so writing for them is exciting. I know I want to do more stuff for myself here in a second because I'm rediscovering things that I really enjoy. I think the world has changed a lot in music where 10 or 15 years ago, you had to kind of be pigeonholed in a genre. Right? Now you can kind of be, I think 2 great examples, Taylor Swift and Post Malone. They both kind of were like, we started this way. Now we're doing whatever we want. And everyone's still like, oh, they're sick still.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Is that something that makes music better or makes like originality a little bit harder to come by? The fact that people can transition from genre to genre so seamlessly and still be successful, is that better for music, or does that just allow room for less like originality, like where people are super dialed into one genre and they get as good as they can?
Oh, that is interesting. I've thought about this for myself because I've branched out in a lot of ways, and maybe that's why I like seeing it because I'm like, oh, that's what I've been doing.
Right.
Because there is also that saying that people are like, oh, you got to dial into this one thing.
Yeah.
Right. And man, I think the creativity is just unlimited and
too
endless.
appealing.
There's just so much that like it's. I don't think it takes away from originality because I think it shows how diverse a human can be and like their creativity and art can be. So it's just like exciting. It's like, oh wow, you can be like for me, I did classical piano growing up. So it's like, oh, you can be a classical pianist and you can be like a pop singer artist. I think it's cool.
Yeah. It's super appealing, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a part of me that wants to be Pusha T, like super pinpoint bar writing, clean, organized delivery, and then there's a part of me that wants to see how much I can sing and how what the limits are, how I could get this fucking. This low octave voice that I have, how far I can take it.
Sometimes it's exciting to try because then you find out you're like, oh, even though I like that genre or something, you're like, oh, I'm not made for that.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe I just stick. So, you explore and have fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun though, and it's super like appealing. Just like those little moments of the getting to like, oh, that kind of works. That works a little bit.
Yeah.
Not great, but I'm going somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said you started in classical piano.
Yes, sir.
How old were you when you started playing or
Uh,
learning?
5, just the classic, like my parents probably read some magazine, was like, oh, playing piano is good for your kid. And they kind of just like,
Yeah.
here, do it. And so, yeah, I started at 5 and kind of been endless since there. Wanted to quit quite a few times, but again, my parents was like, nope, you've been doing it for too long. You're going to at least finish it out through high school and stuff.
Right.
So,
Are you glad you stuck with it?
oh, for sure. And then when I went to college, I even I didn't think I was going to do music. I like explored another major and occupation, and then music pulled me back. So it was interesting. I like walked away from it for like a year or so, and I was like, what am I doing, man? Music's the way for me.
Yeah. What led you back when you wanted to go to something to a different occupation?
I think it just pulled me back. A lot of people have told me that they're like, you don't choose to be a musician; it kind of chooses you, kind of thing. So when I was in college, I just kept finding myself in the music building. Like I was going to all my classes, but I was just always going to the music building, and funny enough, those other classes I was like failing them. I'd be in my science classes because I wanted to go like into the medical field and just be getting C's or like nah or even D's, right? And then the music class, I would just keep going to them and having fun, and that's where I found my first band too, and met those guys, and that was like this whole new thing for me too, because like I said, when you're just in I was pigeonholed into like classical piano for all my life, and then like that first second year of college, I meet these guys like, oh, you want to play in a rock band? And I was like, never done that before. Sounds like fun, man. The girls dig it. Yeah.
How long after you met them were you guys like either writing songs or performing?
When I met those guys, they were already kind of like writing and performing. And then they were kind of like, yeah, you play piano? Like, we'd love to have a piano player in the group. So I just joined in, and it feels so long ago. I feel like we were trying to play as much as we can, or we could. We were trying to practice at least a couple times a week. And if we could find a show somewhere, we'd play it. And then eventually tried recording and all that. So that was my first recording experience as well. It was a good time. It's like my like 19 to 22. It's like that era. Yeah.
That had to have been fun, right? Like, especially from where you started to getting in these little more wild, like chaotic environments.
Yeah, it was different because in classical music, you're always reading something from a page. So I was like, all right, here's the music notes, read it, play it, perfect it, boom. Rock music was just this whole new world where I was just like, oh, we can do whatever we want. Like, awesome, So it was a good time. Yeah.
I would assume you were listening to other things than just classical, right? Considering you were...
Yeah, I mean, I want to say middle school, I was into like rap, gangster. I was into Tupac, Eminem, like that whole rap beef that was going on back then. And then in high school is when I kind of got into rock music a little bit and kind of like maintained that through college. And then, so that's what I was listening to outside the classical stuff. I didn't really like listening to the classical stuff. It was, yeah, I don't know, kind of boring to listen to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, especially considering you had like it was a task for you that you were set into. So I'm definitely not. It's like going back to work. It's like going back to your day job on the weekends just for fun.
Right. Yeah.
What were your first live performances like with that band?
Oh man, they were messy. I mean, there's some videos, but this was like, when was this? 2000. I want to say 2005 to 2009, which is crazy to think that was like 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago. And so there was some videos. It was messy, loud. We probably didn't sound great at first. And we were young, so there was a lot of egos involved.
Yeah.
But it was still it was never a bad time.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'd have to see if there's some videos I can dig up, but like it was always a good time, even if we were horrible, you know. And when you're that age too, everyone supports you.
Right,
Like all
right.
your friends, like, oh my God, you're playing a show.
Yeah.
Like we'll come for sure, even if you're horrible. I don't know if we were or not.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. There's no skipping that, right?
Yeah.
Or no denying that. What is it that like was I had a similar experience with when I started making music. Like there was like a lot of arguing, and it's like a common thing, right? A
Mhm.
lot of arguing, a lot of like the set list and songs, and like why is it that like egos become such a prominent thing? Like considering we all love this and we're doing this for the love of it, but
What I tell my students and younger kids that I work with is like, try not to let your ego get attached, because the ego thing, I think, is just you're creating something that feels so personal to you, especially lyrics.
right.
When I tell people, when it's lyrics and your voice, I feel like those two things are so personal that it's just like it means so much that like even if someone says like, oh, let's change this word here, you're like,
Yeah.
it's like, how dare you? Like
Yeah, you're so sensitive
that's
about
my
it.
word. It's my life, my story, you know?
That's my
Yeah. And so I think egos, and then of course, I mean, when you're younger too, I think, you know, everyone, there's a lot of like flaring the chest. You're like, I am the best. Like, what do you
Right.
mean? Like, there's so, and then you learn eventually, like, you don't have to be doing that all the time, you know? And I think my best musical mentors, what's surprising to me is like, but the greats that I've worked with in classical music and the greats I've worked with in, let's just call it modern music today, they've all kind of said the same thing, that at the end of the day it's about the music. Like our purpose is not me being the best singer or me being the best player. It's like the purpose is the music. Like what's the best for the music? And that like totally changed my mind on how I approach things. Like, okay, what's best for the music is what's best for the music. Like forget everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom in that too, right? Like letting it's like letting the song decide for itself, kind of like letting
Yeah.
it what it really wants.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that falls into getting like attention for the first time too, right? Not for the
Right.
first time, but in a different scale.
It feels good, right?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
crowds singing along and like cheering you on. You're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I can get to some people's heads. I think especially when you're younger, for sure.
Well, that's like the good thing about maturity, though, right? Like if things go well, you don't make the same mistakes twice.
Right.
How is it having like kids or mentees that are that can depend on you for that type of advice and things like that, knowing you actually have gone through?
I've thought about this quite a bit too. I've been thinking a lot, I guess, recently. It's it's cool because I tell them, I'm like, man, when I was your age, I had no one. It was so hard to even find someone to like record with or like ask them how to release a song or like anything, right? And so I tell them like, it's so cool that you can have someone to like even text and just be like, hey, how do I upload a song to Spotify? Or like, how do I tell my friends to like pre-save a track? And then for me, it's just exciting, right? I'm just like, oh, great. I feel like all the mistakes I've made in my life, I feel like I'm like a father talking about children. It's like all the mistakes I made, I'm trying to like help them out so they don't make them.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit of pressure, but it's like, I'm like, it makes me excited because I feel like I get to make their world and hopefully the rest of the world a better place when they get to release their music or their performances.
Yeah. It's like a hard balance because that because you experienced it already, but then you can't like hammer it into people like, no, like this is the way, like trust me.
Yeah.
Like it's such a like balance thing that you gotta really like play it perfectly.
Yeah, and things change so fast now, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, not just music, but just like tech. So like some advice you might give 3 months ago is not going to work.
Yeah, it's
So-
different already.
Yeah.
These people that you're mentoring, is this like a program or for your work or something specifically,
Um,
or just just mentorship?
A little bit of both. So I work in both public education and I do private teaching. But like the songwriting stuff, I've been doing more private one-on-ones, or like I work with a couple bands like as well. And then the public education, well, it's cool that like rock bands and music production are getting into like the education space. And so I get to help there a little bit as well, but not as much as the one-on-ones that I do.
Right.
So, yeah.
And for those songwriting sessions, are you just coming in like specifically for the writing, or is it like like more of a broad scope where you're like helping with production if they need it, and able to chime in and offer some?
I would say it depends on the project. I think I'm gonna just think of some recent ones I've been doing. Like some I'll do like all the songwriting. Like I'm almost like their songwriter, ghostwriter, whatever you want to call it, and give it to them, and then tell them make it your own. You know, it's going to be your song, so help them tweak it. And then some have never had experience at all, like kind of like the same story of they've had classical lessons, but they've never done this. So now I'm like, oh, I've been through this. Let me help you kind of see what's possible. And so it's a case to case basis,
Right?
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Interesting. What's it like writing a song and having somebody else sing it? Because I've never experienced that. I've written together with people like line for line until the verse or the song's done, but not as a whole.
It's almost freeing because there's no it's like it's not going to be me.
Right.
And in a weird way, I think it's helped me I feel like it helped me become a better writer for myself, because it's like, oh, how come I can't be in that headspace when I'm writing for me? Like that headspace of like less pressure.
Right.
Right. So writing for others and then seeing them play it live too, you're just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's you. And it's still my song though. That's interesting. Yeah.
So my soul and my life is in there still.
Yeah.
That has to be super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because that's something I've never experienced too, where even when I've helped write, I was usually on stage with everybody performing, but to be like in the crowd, that's like it's like the little little secret agent.
You're just kind of like, I wrote this, but I'm just in the crowd enjoying it. Like, yeah,
that's cool. What are some of the things that are exciting you right now in how fast music's developing?
This might be very unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna say it anyways because I think it's crazy. Is like using AI in music, and it's a fine line to me, because it's like there's so much like, and I know AI is just a controversial topic in general right now in our world, but man, once you start messing with it, and then like I feel like if you also come into it with like pure intentions, because there's obviously the aspect, like I think the easiest way to talk about is like we've seen a lot of generative art, like the idea of an artist like, oh, they AI'd some generative art and then claim it as their own. If you're doing that with music, it's also just like, oh, that's lame. Like that's and I think that shows itself later. But if you're using it as a tool almost to kind of gather ideas, and like the song and the melody and the chords and everything is still you, and then you input it into the AI and it kind of like spits out little ideas where it's almost like a collaborator. You're like, oh, I didn't think that could have been a sound, or that I could have used, or like a random drum fill I could have used. So that's been pretty exciting. Or even taking a demo from like super rough demo to hearing it fully produced out of nowhere. You're like, oh, that's where it could go. Okay. So that's been an exciting thing for me with how fast that's going. So don't get me canceled, though, whoever's watching this. Or it's completely the future and everyone's going to be doing it in like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
What is your opinion on the like whole debate around that? Like, if you, like, of course you're saying you're fond of using it, but do you think it's just like it's just another thing that people are looking to argue about, or is it like really a delicate moment?
I think it will be a delicate moment for a while, because it is creativity, right? It's like what's the most human, one of the most human things I think is being creative. Like, Because what's funny is when you mess with these AI machine things with music, if you just tell it to write a song, it sucks.
Right.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like the melody sucks, the lyrics suck, the instrumentals suck. But if the human directs it, it's like, here's the lyric, here's the melody. It kind of transforms it. And I've talked to a lot of musician friends about this because I was like, am I crossing the line? Because I was like, I don't feel like I am because I have pure intentions. I'm like, I'm not trying to like cheat my way into like a good song. Like I'm still writing it. I'm just like, it's almost like when Auto-Tune came out. Remember when Auto-Tune came out, everyone was just like, I remember even non-musicians were like, Auto-Tune, they can't
Death
sing,
Auto-Tune.
Auto-Tune. And I was just like, dude, well now everyone uses it.
Yeah.
And it sounds amazing.
And T-Pain was like
he just cranked it to 11, you know?
He was like the Antichrist of music, right? When he came out.
But if you watch him now, have you seen his live shows? You're just like, dude,
he had the talent already.
He has the talent. He can perform. He can sing. He was just using it as a tool.
Yeah.
So I think that's where AI in music is right now. And I think a few years down the line, we're all going to be like, oh, we were all just kind of freaking out a little bit. But I'm also curious how, like, I think the Grammys and, like, awards like that are going to have to, like, set a line of, like, how was AI used in a recording? Because obviously... But again, I something I always think about, too, is, like, what you do in the dark will always come in the light. So, like, if you're doing it for shady intentions, like, it won't be good.
Yeah, because even, like, sampling... What's the difference between AI... like generators and like sampling, right? You know,
exactly what I was thinking. Yeah,
it's kind of it's not exactly the same, but it's like
very similar.
Yeah, right. Because you were borrowing somebody. You were getting. It was, I guess the big argument would be that it was from a human, right? But it's still not yours, and you were just converting it to make your own thing.
Yeah.
Which AI is just converting it to make another thing that then you'll probably have to re-edit it and get it right anyway.
And it's like what makes a song, right? This was a discussion I was having with a colleague of mine because I showed him what I was messing around with. I was like, dude, so here's a song I made. And it was like, and I showed him, I was like, it was like this. I showed him multiple things, but I was just using a pop R&B song, for example. I was like, it's a song I wrote and made a long time ago.
Right.
And I put it through AI, and I was like, and then I made a rock version of it. Then I made an acoustic version. I made an EDM version. And then what he thought about, he's like, dude, this is crazy for songwriters. Because he's like, think about if you write a song, however you write it, whether it's piano, acoustic guitar, or you're using samples. And then he's like, but then you pitch it to artists as these different genres. Right. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, that's crazy.
You could pitch it to different artists based on different like genres that they're in.
And then because they're going to re-record it. They're going to do it themselves. Yeah. So then it's like you're just sending them what you wrote. I don't know. So we're going to see.
The copyright game is going to be fucking... They got their work cut out for them for sure.
There'll be like AI to catch the AI. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. We live in a weird time.
Yeah. But that's always been the case, right? We just look back at the past with that nostalgia, like, oh, simpler times.
Yeah.
But back then the older generation was fuck, this is the craziest time ever. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
A fucking iPod?
What is that?
No, I'm gonna have CDs forever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to 20 minutes of ads on Power 106 for the rest of my life. I'll never get an iPod.
Yeah. But even like, I feel like humans too, like it's fun, right? Tech is fun and all that, but like sometimes it feels good to just play your instrument.
Right.
I'm looking at that pen and paper. Sometimes it's just good it feels like pen to paper is crazy versus even like writing iPad pencil. It's weird. I'm just like, this is strange. Or sometimes
the notes app.
Yeah.
When I would collaborate, I'll write on the notes app more if there's like people in the room. But if it's just me, it's just the pen and the notebook, the Moleskine. What do you think about the generated artist? Didn't like Timbaland make? Can we pull that up? Timbaland's AI artist. He like made a girl Like she had an image, and I think she made her voice and everything.
Oh, was she? They were like the first AI artist or
Yeah.
something.
Tata,
It's gonna be interesting.
the first AI artist. Tata is an AI generated female artist with divine visual persona, intended to be the first icon of the A-pop genre.
And she made like a music video and everything, right? I think I saw.
Did she? Yeah.
Um,
Like I don't see the right. So one thing that's what then right. So it's like it's crazy how the public's always like complicit in
Mhm.
what happened, like what companies and people are able to get away with. Obviously, right? That's
Yeah.
how the ecosystem works. But like, so who's gonna go see? Because I was about to say she can never perform.
Right.
It can never perform.
They might do like what is
Just
that? The 3D
Yeah, hologram.
hologram
Right.
maybe.
Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
but who's gonna go see that?
Yeah.
Well, there's gonna be the X factor. Like, oh, fucking, let's go see.
That'll be it, right? It's just the like, oh, I just want to see it, and then you're just kind of like, oh, that was cool, but it's not a human.
Yeah,
on stage.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's McDonald's to ribeye, right?
Yeah. Dude, because I even went to a concert recently, and I told some friends it was like, it was too perfect and rehearsed. You know what I mean? I was like watching it, I was just like, I was kind of bummed because I was like, I really loved like the recording of this music. But now that I'm watching it live, I wanted it to feel a little more raw, you know?
Right.
And as I was watching it, I was just like bummed because I was like, dude, it didn't hit me. I was just kind of like, that's a bummer, dude. Like it was perfect. Like everything was perfect. Like,
which is weird.
and I was just like, and that was a human, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, so I can't imagine us going and watching like robots or holograms because then it's just like, oh, all right, cool.
It's like just a perfect square, or do you want to see a painting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's taste is such a weird thing too, like that, like that specifically. Like I wanted to see a little bit more,
Yeah.
like personality,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of being like perfectly aligned. Like I feel like Kendrick's like that a lot. Like every time I see him, I feel like he messes up lyrics because he's so fucking like.
Oh, he's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Like every single from all the, I think I've seen him 3 times now. I hear the little fumbles.
Yeah.
And little flops, but
You're just like, hell yeah.
He's so energized. Is so fucking intense that you don't even mind it.
And again, it's that human element, right? It's like, I mean, we even talk about it, Oyama. I don't know if who talks about it? Someone's talked about it. It's like we drill stuff to be perfect, but when you fight, it's not going to be perfect. And that's almost like the beauty in that.
All right, it's going to be adaptive to what's going on. It's such a fun thing, bro. I'm so grateful that I started making music, and so happy to just see where things go too, because it's always fun, man. It's like its own universe, its own world. You kind of step into.
Yeah, man. You can't. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. No, shit's like it'd be fucking shit's boring, bro. Like when you try to compare it. Especially like the time wasters, like scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like this shit is fucking boring. Like, I'd rather be making something.
Even just messing around with music. Just like yesterday, I was at work, and someone set up a drum kit for whatever reason, and I hadn't played a drum kit in a long time, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna play the drum kit. And then another coworker picked up a guitar. Another coworker picked up like a violin. And we were just like messing around, and I was just like, dude, that was so much fun. Like there was no purpose to it, right? We weren't like trying to make something. We're just like, dude, let's just play a little bit. And I was just like, dude, I want to do that more.
Let's get the boys back together.
Yeah, get the boys back together.
Everybody just gravitated towards it like mosquitoes to the light. Just the sound just pulled everybody in. Where are some of the places that your music has taken you?
Many stages. I mean, classical music. I won't say like huge stages, but like just, it's crazy to think that on classical piano I've played like with an orchestra many times. Like you don't get to say that often as a pianist.
How many people?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, because there's different ways. So when I was a soloist, it's like old YouTube videos of me. There there's maybe 40 people on stage.
Hell yeah.
And then other ones where I'm more in the background, saying there's probably more 60 or 70 people on stage.
That's crazy. That has to be experience right there.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could do it more often. It's like say those are like you got to be. I think I got lucky for some of those, and to do it now, you got to be like on your game. Like that's
an
all.
Assassin.
Yeah, I'd have to be doing piano only.
Right.
Like every day, all day, every day. So, and then just recording music. I feel like just that I got to work with a bunch of people that I remember as a teenager and in college, I looked up to a lot. And just being able to say, oh, I've worked with this person like on a peer-to-peer level has been crazy. My biggest moment when I did like a solo indie rock project after that band in college I was talking about. After that, when we all went our separate ways after college, I did a solo indie rock project. And that song got played a cover I did got played in Hollister. And that was like my claim to fame back then. I was like, oh man, sick. My song's at Hollister.
Was it when Hollister was at its peak too?
It was when it was at its peak. Okay. It was like, that's like when I feel like a lot of people would discover music from Hollister. Like, oh, I heard this song playing in Hollister. And then, no, because that summer I did this thing. I don't know. Some people may have heard that artists have done this. Some maybe not. I followed Warped Tour in my car and was just promoting to the lines every day, like all summer long. And some bands blew up from it, but then later I learned that when the other bands that blew up from it had like a 10 or 12 person crew.
Right.
So they sold like 10,000 CDs. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh my God, this band sold 10,000 CDs. I was by myself. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I did pretty good. Like I sold maybe like 800 to 1,000 that summer. But that summer, people knew me from the Hollister song. Right. Like random people in different cities. I was like, what? And of course, I didn't capitalize on that, but that is what it is.
Yeah, how was that? How many cities did you go to?
It was that first summer was 2011 Warped Tour. I don't even know. I tried to follow the whole thing, but again, I was by myself, so I was doing like people literally hired drivers. Yeah. So and I was literally doing the driving, doing the promoting, doing everything.
Doing getting your own food,
getting my own water, food. Yep, everything,
running low on water.
Oh, I'm wearing the shirt even. I forgot. Oh, yeah. They brought it back this summer. It was amazing. But yeah, I did like, I would say 80 to 90% of the thing.
Those experiences are gone to a degree, right? Because of social media and your promotion is on the internet specifically.
Even back then, I remember some random dude in the crowd, like, I was talking to everybody at each city. Some guy was like, why are you doing this? You can do this all online now. And I was like, again, but it's like, it's so much cooler in person. Right. Like I got to see a lot of the US that I had never seen before. If you've never driven across the US, I think everyone should do it at least once. Right. Because you just see the US for what it is. You're like, dude, this is crazy. Because it's like every city is kind of the same. Because every city has Chipotle, Starbucks, like it has everything, right? But then you get into these back roads and country roads, and you're like, "What? This is
insane!"
Insane,
right?
Yeah.
I got to do that for sure. I haven't done it yet.
Like I drove through New York City that summer. It was also like the first summer I had an iPhone, and I was using GPS. It took me right through Times Square, and I was just like, "This is horrible. I never want to do this again." Yeah, Florida sucks. I'm sorry, anyone's from Florida. It's so hot in the summer. Ugh, miserable.
Especially alone, all of that.
Yep, and I was sleeping in my car half the time. It's also really rainy around the rest of the U.S. Is a random fun fact. Like here in California, I think it hardly rains in the summer. Mm-hmm. But in the rest of the U.S., just these random thunderstorms. Texas, Florida, Georgia.
The South.
You're like, where did this rain come from? But it's still hot. Yeah, I feel like I literally went to like 80% of those cities.
Yeah, that's incredible, bro.
Fond memories. Met amazing people. I feel like connections I made at that time too. Because a lot of my friends and family are like, what are you doing, dude? Like, this feels useless. But I'm like, dude, people I met, I still know to this day. I can still like hit them up. Yeah. And be like, hey, how's it going? Right? Yeah. So don't underestimate networking and connection, but also don't be sleazy about it. There's a lot of sleazy people in LA with the networking thing. I'm like,
Right.
don't be weird.
Just be authentic about it.
Yeah, be authentic.
I think it's a little bit like easier now too because people are so like understimulated person to person.
Yes.
That so when it's genuine and people are like authentic, which it's not hard to be authentic if you're authentic. Like so I think it's a lot like easier to meet people that are like, that it's easier to connect rather than because it doesn't feel as like oh it's just this is strictly transactional
Yeah.
and you just want something from me and I just want something from you and let's cut to the shit or cut the negotiation and let's get down to the business of it. But like so I think now it's more like there's a lot more openness with it.
Yeah, and I've actually been telling my young kids that are like recording their first records, I'm like, dude, go old school. I'm like, everyone's just trying to be perfect on social media and making their TikToks. I'm like, do what I used to do because you will stick out because people are like, what? Some random bands walking up to me telling me or asking me to check out their music. I think it'll like take people by surprise.
Yeah, counterculture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's fun. It's fun how shit it's gonna come back too.
Oh, it's gonna
right?
cycle back.
Yeah, it always does.
Or the pendulum swing. Like we're all super into tech right now. I have a feeling we're gonna like swing back to like people being like, I have an idea of a venue. If I ever win the lottery or if one of my songs blows up and I get money, I want to open a venue like well, I'm also multi-genre, so any genre. I don't care if you're a rock artist, rap artist, pop artist. Come in and like if you attend, you have to check in your phone.
Yeah.
So it's like a phoneless experience because I don't think a lot of people these days have experienced that, if ever.
Yeah, which is great. Well, certainly the teenagers that are at these concerts haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
I've experienced it. I've went to plenty of concerts that I don't have footage from.
Yes, same.
But it's gonna be. We'll see how those type of things go because it's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's like the whole push on like analog, right? And like writing and the records and
real instruments.
Yeah.
That's why I think AI. People that argue that it's going to take over, I'm like, dude, no, like we said, no, nobody.
You're not gonna rip a solo on a guitar and pour your whole fucking broken heart into it like somebody's doing right now in fucking Nashville or something.
Right.
As we speak.
Yep.
Like, it's just not gonna happen. The sax too sounds fucking crazy in person. Like there's a ska band from East LA that we go see from time to time, Quinto Sol. And just the sax just sounds fucking epic.
Yeah, when you hear it live, man, it's different.
What are some of the? So you said you did your what those rehearsals had to have been like massive tasks, right? With the orchestra.
Yes, luckily. It's all on the conductor.
Right.
So if you're the player, you just make sure you practice and play your part. But like, they are massive. I mean, I would say the one I did with the orchestra when I was the soloist, but it's also like you have to respect everyone's time because no one has unlimited time, right? I think we literally had to do it in like 2 or 3 rehearsals together. And there's a couple ways around that because I can practice my soloist piano part.
Right.
And they make a second piano. So you can practice like it's almost like the orchestra reduced to a second piano. So I can kind of get that vibe with a second piano. But with the actual orchestra, I think I only got 2 or 3 1-hour rehearsals before she was like, all right, you're on stage with the orchestra.
Epic.
It's wild. It might be on YouTube. I don't know if you want to pull it up. I used to have hair back then.
Did you have to wear like a tuxedo?
It was tuxedo, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Look up Elben, maybe just piano concerto, and see if that comes up. Let's go. Type in Pacific Union College.
Can you
There it is. That
can you
first one.
elaborate on what the conductor does exactly?
Yes. So they are in charge. They get so all those parts, the violin, the clarinets, me, the trumpets, they well, maybe not in performance, but in rehearsal, they'll have the whole massive score of all the instruments going. And so they're keeping time. But it's not like, when we're doing our modern music, it's usually to a beat. And even with rock bands, they have a click going on the ear, so it's super gridded. So they can slow down and speed things up. So they're pretty much think like a train conductor.
Right.
They're the one moving the whole thing. So her waving her arms is like making sure everyone stays with her and everything.
That's you?
That's me.
Crazy.
Full head of hair, tuxedo. And this was 2008 or 9, I believe. They also control dynamics. So if they're like doing this small, it means like to do it softly. And then when they go big, everyone goes big. So they do quite a bit. They'll cue people because like right now the violins aren't playing. Eventually they're going to come back in and the conductor will like look at them and be like, all right, here we go. You're in.
So and all of this is hidden within their hand signals?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like their own sign language that...
Yeah.
Have you seen Whiplash before?
I was just talking about that at work the other day. Love Whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's epic, huh?
And that guy, I know it seems like toxic and everything, but I was even telling my coworkers, I was like, I would rather someone do that because it means they care, that they want you to be good, rather than just letting you be like, all right, whatever. So I actually really like Whiplash and like how that guy was.
It's like Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Like Michael Jordan teammates and their relationship for sure.
This is long, so we don't have to watch the whole
worries, bro. I'm just it's insane to see that this was like this was a reality that you live, bro. And
yeah, it was a moment in life for sure. And I eventually was, I think it was in grad school. So this was my undergrad. So when I did grad school, it kind of like hit me. I was just like, dude, I don't want to say there's no way to make a career, but it's that idea that like, here's a cancelable statement again. If any classical people watch this,
it's gonna be your friends.
It's gonna be my friends.
People,
dude, or they're gonna agree with me.
Yeah.
I think to be like top tier classical anything like violin, piano, or whatever, you kind of have to have a privileged position in the sense of like someone's covering your bills so that you can practice your 4 hours a day and just really become.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same with UFC-ish, right? Or there's a lot of sacrifice. I mean, maybe I could have if I wanted to just be like eating ramen for 5 years, like, and just honed in my craft. But eventually I was just like, man, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. So
maybe like a little bit of nepotism type.
Yeah.
Things, like little. Well, it is a very like refined and like distinguished industry, so I could see that being the case.
But it's cool because I was in that industry, I can still walk into that field all distinguished and like, I know how they roll. It's an interesting world, interesting people.
Specialist.
They are specialists.
Yeah, right.
And that's where some of the ego, if we're talking ego, I think some of the biggest egos are in classical music.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, dude, I spent so much time on my craft. I am this good.
Yeah.
So respect me or something. I'm just like, all right, dude.
Which is crazy considering that they're part of like it takes 40 people to make it work, but I've got to get my part.
Yeah.
I gotta get my respect, man. Sometimes through your content, I feel like you've lived like multiple like lifetimes worth of stuff you've done. Like,
I feel that way too. People have told me that. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I'm approaching 40 here in a couple of years. It definitely feels like I've lived multiple lifetimes. I don't know if it's good or bad.
You for sure. I would say it's great because you weren't like in a factory, like not that that's bad for anybody doing that. Like,
Yeah.
but just recycling the day over and over with no hobbies, you know, just running things back
Yeah.
over and over again.
It does feel though, because I am doing so many things sometimes that the days do blur together, which is why I want to pull back and like really focus in on the stuff that makes me happy, especially approaching 40.
Happiest.
Yeah, the happiest, like the best use of my talents and my time, and get like the most bang for my buck for my joy and peace, right? So that's what I'm trying to find right now.
Have you specified what those things are, or are you still kind of figuring it out?
It's like, I think I said it briefly-ish at the beginning. It's like just music, man. If I could just wake up and that's all I do, whether it's writing it or playing it all day, every day, and like that, I don't even need a lot of money. I told a friend one time, I was like, dude, I'm a simple guy, man. I don't need, I mean, it's cool if I get a lot of money, but I'm just like, dude, I've lived long enough of my adult life to know what I need.
Right.
And even know what I want, right? I'm just like, I don't need a lot. So if I could just
pay that Oyama membership.
Yeah, pay that Oyama membership, get a new phone every now and then, get a new guitar every now and then, I'm good. Like, so life can be simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you open? Like, what are you? Do you have any limits on what you do for music now? That like you're not open to certain things, like contributing to, say, like hip hop or getting back on stage.
Yeah, I think as we were talking ego earlier, I think I know now what I have to offer, and I'll be like straight up with people. Like for stuff that I'm uncomfortable with, I'll be like, I could try.
Right.
I'll not guarantee you're gonna get like a good thing. Like guitar is probably a perfect example. I'm not like a shredder on the guitar. So people are like, oh, you want to play guitar for my band? I'm like, if it's simple rhythm and power chords, I could probably pull it off. But if you want me to be doing all this, nope, not gonna do that. I've discovered I'm not very good at rapping either. I did one song a long time ago where I pushed myself and tried to rap.
Right.
It was a chore for me. I was like, man, I have to really practice and try really hard. And so yeah, I think piano is my strongest thing. So if people ask me for keyboard things, I'll always attempt for any genre. But I always preface, like if someone's like, oh, here's a country song, I'll be like, I've never really like tracked country, but like I'll give it a whirl. Might not be what you want. So.
And are these just people like that are friends or people that you've met throughout your career?
A little bit of both, yeah. Sometimes people hit me up and they're like, oh, I know this. I think about this weird collaboration I did with a girl in Japan. Have never met her, ever. This was COVID times too. And and the person that connected us, I have not met in real life either. It was just all the internet. But he was like, hey, I'm working with this girl and she's got this song and they need piano for it. And she kind of had this like singer-songwriter mellow vibe. And I was just kind of like, cool, I can do that. And she made like a sick music video too. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, and it was, I look back and it wasn't, my piano wasn't great, but again, it was like an opportunity to just grow my skill and my craft.
Right.
Yeah.
That's for all the kids out there, huh? Like learn an instrument too, because the variety within an instrument, or the variety that an instrument is capable of, is much, I don't want to say less work, but it's more like once you learn it, then you could play a wider range of things. Where if I start rapping, the effort to sing a reggae song or sing an alternative song, like it's gonna be a lot more like improbable, I guess, not to box myself in or box artists in.
Yeah. Well, I feel like instruments are kind of the same. Like how you just said, if you're doing one style, it is hard to break out. It was really hard for me to break out of classical because I'd been doing it for so long. So even when I went to my rock band back then, it took a long time for me to like, all right, this is completely, like I had to like practice not being a classical pianist. So
Yeah, you're so trained into it, right?
Yeah, you're so locked into that. That's like to break out of it can be kind of
Yeah.
tricky.
I think the amount of opportunities is a better way to describe it. Like the things you were able to do with your skill that you, of course, earn with hours and hours and hours of dedication. Like you've gotten some worthwhile experiences out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Man, I wish my fingers still move like that.
Keyword still.
Yeah. Dude, age gets to these too, man.
Right.
People talk about slowing down, you know, when you get older. Like, these are muscles too. So,
Yeah.
anyhow.
So cool, bro. So cool. What are some of the stages you've done, like in other genres? I feel like you did like some things in LA too.
Yeah, locally. What's funny is I don't think I've played LA. Like looking back on when I was doing more of my rock stuff or other things. I've done House of Blues and like Chain Reaction and in San Diego and Orange County. I did some venues in the Inland Empire. I don't even remember their names. They might not exist anymore. But what's funny is I just never got to LA. So I might need to do that sometime soon. Yeah.
Hey, it's right there. It's
right
waiting
there
for you.
Yeah.
It's waiting for you. Yeah, the live performance is special. What do you think something that you loved about performing non-classical music live?
That's a pretty easy one for me, because if you're watching me right now, like as a piano player, that's how you perform. Like your profile is shown to the audience, right? And you're kind of disconnected in a sense. Like, yeah, there's an audience watching me.
Very task driven.
But it's like watch me perform, but there's no connection.
Yeah.
So when you venture off into rock, pop, R&B, rap, doesn't matter. When you perform, now you've got an audience. You like there's that connection. You're looking people in the eye. You're seeing them mouth your lyrics, and that's another thing where it's just like completely different. It's like a different feeling. Like this feels good in like, oh, I'm so locked in kind of way,
Right.
and I'm also locked in with those other musicians that there's like just oh, it's done. Sick. Anyhow, you're so locked in because again, when you're doing like pop, rock, R&B, rap, you're not going to have 60 musicians on stage doing the same thing. Usually you have like 4 or 5, 6, and that's it. But again, you don't have that connection with the audience.
Yeah. Or the freedom that improv and just going with the performance of it, right?
Yeah.
That's more like a recital.
Yes.
You know, that's not offensive to anybody. But you're not like performing. You're not getting the artistry of like acting out what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, there's some pianists that get super crazy, but still at the same time, they don't get to like look at their audience. So, and then classical too. I mean, there's some people that write classical music still now to this day, like the style of it. But you're always playing someone else's music. You're always playing Beethoven. You're always playing Bach. You're not playing something that came like from you.
That needed to get out.
Yeah, so that's different as well.
It gets me hype, bro. Gets me super hype.
Oh, like which part or what about it? Just music?
Just music in general. Like it's just so limitless, bro. It's just so, you know, and then because of the podcast, bro, it's like this wealth of just talent. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I love the possibility of what we can make rather than the possibility of how I'll be perceived because of what I made. Like, it's easy for me, maybe it's an age thing, I don't know, but it's easy for me to detach from the need to be seen and heard. And I'm like, it's like the idea of songwriting and these and the background, like Pooh Bear and these people that are, you know, like that's very appealing to me just because it's so like, it's like, I guess mysterious in a way.
Yeah. Dude, that's funny you say, I think you said possibility, right? I was literally talking to, She's my boss now. I was talking to my boss the other day. It was a new boss. It was like a colleague that just recently became the boss. So I was talking to my boss the other day, and she asked me, I work in the arts, and she was like, so she just asked me out of nowhere, like, what do you think keeps the dream alive? That was her question. Like, what do you think keeps the dream alive for like artists, like not just musicians? And like 2 words instantly popped up into my head, and I was like, for me, it's the curiosity and possibility, because it's like you're all the curious, like even the AI thing, like I'm curious about it.
Right.
Like it, like hearing things, even though it's AI, it like lit up the music in me, right? And then you always want to know what's possible, like whether it's what's possible for you as an artist, whether it's writing lyrics or performing them or playing an instrument. Like, can you push that possibility? And so to me, that keeps the dream alive, because you're always like, what can happen?
Right. Yeah.
So,
and
yeah.
with I do have to get this thought off my mind too. That like the AI thing, it's also not like you're committing anything to it. Like,
Right.
oh, like now this is all I do. Like,
Yeah.
with your background and with your like the essence of your artistry, like this is just, it's just an exploration into what it is. But you're never gonna like, oh, I'm never gonna play piano no more. Like,
Yeah.
let me just send it right in.
Yeah.
And give me a moody, slow tempo piano riff and let me get it back.
Yeah, and then like, that's me.
Yeah, it's not.
Nah.
It'll never satisfy the depths of why you love music and why you have to do it. Like,
Yes.
it'll just never happen. The curiosity and then the possibility too of like one thing I'd add to the list, like the group work, like Kanye too, you know, like those sessions with like a lot, like with the people, and
There's energy in that room, man.
It's energy, bro, and like
Yeah.
it's magical. It's magical. Like I know my beautiful dark twisted fantasy was like Hawaii sessions where they'd like fly out and he'd say like you gotta wear a suit. Like,
okay.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you don't
Yeah.
wear a suit, I can't let you in. And there's like videos of like him and Charlie Wilson, and they're both in suits. And then I think when he did the Donda in Atlanta, it was like, oh, you could only wear the Donda gear. Like, and to him, like people easily perceive it as, oh, he wants that maniac control. Like everybody has to dress the same, but it also separates. It's like a team uniform. Like it separates. Like, oh, I'm not trying to get a fit off. I'm not trying to like. But now we got the same fucking kicks. Like now, now
They're
we feel
there
weird.
For the music.
They're only there for
the
one
art,
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and those. So like when I see your background, like it's just like, oh shit, like it's powerful because there's some talented people too that I know that I work with, that like now it's like, bro, it's the next big session is gonna be fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're willing to not
Oh, yeah.
because you have to, bro.
I'm always down,
You
man.
gotta be there. You're
Yeah.
gonna be there. Whiplash that shit.
We got to get a whiplash guy to
Yeah.
yell at us.
Yeah, I don't know how we'll react to him though, huh? You're probably gonna throw 1-2 to inside leg kick. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Hard turn, bro. But I believe you've been to like Russia, right? Like Moscow or something.
A long time ago. I was. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't think we can go there anymore. At least not right now.
No.
I don't know.
Habib has to sign off on it, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, I went there a long time ago. It was like it was a college spring break. Don't ask. Yeah, it was weird, man.
That had to have been crazy, right?
Yeah, it's hard to remember because it was, when was that? 20 years ago, 2005. Went to Moscow, Russia with some classmates of mine. I don't know how else to describe it other than it felt like a very, it was called like a volunteer trip where we kind of like got to like do stuff. Like we were helping rebuild a hospital, like hung out at orphanages and stuff.
Oh, shit.
But we got to see.
Yeah, you got to be in Moscow, right?
We got to be there. Yeah, it's a different place. And again, this was like pre-iPhone, pre-anything. So any footage I have is like those old digital cameras.
Yeah, I think the one post he did where you're like going down like a subway escalator or something.
And that was like a friend sent that to me. He's like, dude, remember this? I was like, I don't, but that's crazy.
Can we pull up a little bit of a little bit of Moscow? Like they have those like colored buildings too, right? It's not all like skyscrapers.
I don't even know. Like, it was so hard to, and then I was so jet lagged too. But
Right.
that I don't know what
Insane.
that thing's called. Yeah, I saw that in real life.
Yeah, like those. That's what I'm talking about. Little fucking soft serve.
That's like the thing you take a picture in front of when you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
there, I think.
That's that second one right there. Somebody got theirs.
Yeah. I don't know
Mhm.
what it's even called. I feel bad, but
No, no worries, bro. Yeah, what a what an interesting thing. Are people touring in Russia still? Like, are American artists going? No, right?
probably not.
Yeah,
They like shut it down, shut it down.
yeah. Like Kendrick didn't go to Russia, right? He did like Mexico City and Europe and shit.
Are they? I feel so ignorant. I'm like, are they allowed to leave? Like Russians? Like, are they allowed to come and go places?
Yeah, right. Very specifics. Or are they communists too? Yeah, right. They have to be communist
I'm pretty sure
dictatorship.
they are. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's a cool. I would go back
Whenever they
whenever they open it up.
whenever
I'll
they
go back.
allow
Yeah.
it. Just be waiting. Just be like Ben Stiller and Meet the Parents. Like,
Oh yeah.
any trips to Russia? I think there's something available.
I wonder. Can you look up flights? I'm just curious if
Yeah.
it's like LAX to Moscow. I wonder if there's even if that's even a possibility. There are.
Crazy.
So like,
Huh.
it's interesting. All right.
Well, God
Yeah, it was a long
damn,
flight.
yeah.
I remember that.
Did you guys do layovers?
I remember. I think Japan. Wait, was it Japan? No. I think we just stopped in New York, but we just kept going. It was like we stopped in New York and then we kept going.
Hell yeah. Fucking incredible.
Yeah, that was a wild time. I went to Bangkok way back in the day too, but I didn't know any of this martial arts stuff back then. I was just like, oh, this is cool. I
Oh,
wish I knew.
yeah, right, so
I
you
would-
weren't able to appreciate the.
Yeah, I was younger, and I also, again, and all I knew was like pad thai. So like I would get pad thai and fried rice anytime we went out. And now I know there's so much more good Thai food.
Didn't mean to make
Such a
it
bummer.
to Patsy you or
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was
one
back
step
then.
over. Yeah. Do you see any overlap in your training and in martial arts and in music?
Oh, so much, dude. So much. That's why I think I love it so much.
Right.
Training at martial arts, because to me it's the same thing of like discipline, of like showing up every day, whether you want to or not, and you're just working on like the smallest corrections to be better every time. That's why I think it's called martial arts, because
Right.
it's like
The
the same art form, same discipline. Like I think I like Coach Oyama so much too, because like his mentality of even how he trains people, it's kind of like Whiplash.
I was about to say
It's
that,
like-
bro. It says he's the closest
He's
that we
like-
have.
And like I said, I was talking about Whiplash the other day to my coworkers, and I was like, legit, my best musical mentors were kind of like that guy.
Right.
Like maybe I think Hollywooded that guy a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I was like, there were teachers. I remember in high school, like a band teacher threw the chair across the room, and we're just like, sick. Welcome to practice. And then and then I remember in grad school, I had like, it's the thing where it's like, just like in Whiplash, you're not practicing. Your coach, professor will yell at you.
Right.
And I told my friends like, dude, Professor so and so just like reamed me like today. And like one friend I remember was like, dude, it's because he cares. Like if he didn't care, he would just
Yeah.
like
Let it rock.
whatever.
Yeah, that's a weird thing that like perfection is, that there's such a attention to detail, especially in that when it's so many people. Like, bro, you need everything perfect. I remember in the movie he like kick somebody out for not knowing who was off key or something.
Oh,
Right.
it's been a while. I need to rewatch it. Yeah.
Like he didn't kick out the person that was off key. He asked somebody else like who's off key, and he said the wrong person, and he kicked out that person. The person that was off key got to stay in the like that.
The person that was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, that attention to detail. It's
Yeah, and Coach Oyama has that attention to detail. He talks about it's a game of inches and all that stuff, and
it really is. Yeah, it really is. There's something about the rhythm to it too. Like
is. Yeah.
There's like something about the beats. Like it feels like a performance too, and even like because the rap patterns or maybe singing would be more like jujitsu or something. I'm not sure. But like the rap patterns feel like a little like the combinations in a way.
And then they talk about that when we're like sparring, right? The strategy of like break the rhythm.
Right.
Because everyone's in the rhythm, and they're like, if you break the rhythm, you kind of have a little edge, right?
Yeah, which is like the unorthodox flows. Like
yes.
Yeah, because you just throw 1 2 3 1 2 3 all da 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 like
da, 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 da.
the songs in a sound da da da. Where if you want 1 2 3 like after there's I started seeing something like that overlap too later on.
And jiu-jitsu, you mentioned, I did it a little bit. I should go back, but when I was doing it, the jiu-jitsu coach, he's not there anymore. He was into music as well. Like kind of, I think his hobby was music, and it was like, oh, my hobby's jiu-jitsu.
Right.
But he would talk to me. I was like, jiu-jitsu, like all the stuff you learn, he's like, it's like jazz music, because he's like, you're improvising as you're going. And I was like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. Yeah.
There's definitely a feel to it for sure. Like even the like sparring to me is like a conversation kind of like it's like a back and forth where you know like you're getting the input and then you output, and it's like a balance of the language, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, and then is it competitive sparring? Like, are you really trying to sharpen the blade, or are you doing like a little? Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Or is it like, and how it builds too? Like the best partners, like it builds evenly like that. Like it's not fucking like, all right, let's fucking, we're brawling from
the ego thing again.
Yeah, the first 10 seconds we're swinging for the fences. Like that's a whole different energy. But when it builds, like all right, and then by the end of the round, like no, it is pretty intense. Like those are my favorite rounds because it takes off that like I guess panic, which maybe that's just something that I need to get more comfortable with, but it still gets that intensity for
you get to build up to it a little bit and get more comfortable. No, I dig those too. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are cool. Are you going to sparring tomorrow?
Nah, bro. I've been out for I won't do sparring unless I've done 2 to 3 classes in a week. It's just I've gone straight to sparring like a few years ago, like
you just get
knocked
around
out of my mind, like not fluid at all. Fluidity too is like something that's a part of it, like the why that's what you said too, like the discipline and the practice and the repetition of it.
Yeah, to me sparring is like performance almost.
Right.
It's like, or a practice performance, right?
Rehearsal.
So it's like we wouldn't show up to a rehearsal without practicing ourselves.
Yeah, and not knowing the set list.
Yeah,
for sure. What are some of your like best like tips or pointers for things like live performance? Maybe something that I'd never see.
Ooh, for live performance. Oh, one, you just be over prepared. Right. I feel like for everyone, right? And I don't know if I have any, because everyone's different too. Because it's like almost like a psychological game, right? You're sitting, like everyone's mind's different.
Yeah, self-awareness.
And like some people want to lock themselves in a room before they go on stage.
Some people are bullshitting with the homies.
Drinking.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just get lit.
So I think everyone's different, but something I tell people too is like, don't take it so serious. Like have fun.
Right.
I remember one of my classical performances, like I brought on, so you saw the orchestra one, but I did some other ones where there was like maybe only 3 or 4 other people playing with me. And it was like my performance, and they were just along for the ride. Like it was low pressure for them, at least to me. I was like, dude, this is my, like, I'm the one performing, you're the ones backing me up. But they were freaking out. Like, how are you not freaking out? I'm like, I gotta go out there and just have fun, man. Like I did all I could, right? I already did all the rehearsal. I did all the practicing, and now it's just time to go have fun. Like, there's no use stressing out. So that's my advice. Just prepare as much as you can and go have a blast, because that's what it's about. Yeah.
Was that something that you had to like learn and develop?
I think it just happened over time, because in the classical piano too, I did a lot of competitions, and those are always so high strung. But it's just like, you can't be high strung all the time, even if it is like
a competition.
Even if it's a competition, even if, I mean, this might be a dated thing to say because I don't know if people do this anymore. Even if like A&Rs are standing in the back,
right,
dude, just, you are who you are. You are where you are in that time as an artist at that skill level. Just have a good time.
Yeah. Let it speak for itself.
Yeah, let it speak for itself. One time I forgot my lyrics. I remember one time I forgot my lyrics. I looked back at my drummer. I was like, dude, let's start the song over. And he was like, we're just going. I was like, fudge. So I got back in on the chorus. And then I was like, I know the chorus.
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Classical competitions?
Yeah, that was when I was younger. And then in college, I did one or two, but it was just too much. It was...
So are these like are you guys performing the same music and then there's judges, or?
They usually pick like a genre. It's weird that classical has like subgenres. There's like Beethoven, and like anyone that lived around his time was like classical.
Right.
After that, I don't know if you heard of like Chopin or who else is from that era. He's probably the most famous one, but there's like the Romantic era, and then so they have these eras.
Like painting.
Yeah, exactly like painting.
Right.
Yeah, like how painting has those eras. Classical music kind of followed the same thing. So when you compete, they're usually like, it's going to be from this genre.
These decades,
and then some of the really big ones, they might be like, you're playing every decade, just like in different, because they'll do like rounds. Like if you make it past round one. So those are intense, and then my hands get really sweaty, I've discovered, and so it was just not good to compete at a really high level.
Yeah,
that's
a weird. That seems like a weird thing too. Where like, how is music competition? Right.
It's a strange, like, is it competition?
Right.
Should it be competition?
It's like you get two people off the street and you have two paintings up. Mm-hmm. And you get somebody from, Rodeo Drive, and then somebody from downtown Santa Ana, and have them pick like, which painting's better,
right?
How are they gonna pick the same thing?
Yeah, or are we just happy that there's paintings to look at? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's what a background, huh?
It's been a good time.
Yeah,
I just wish I could do more of it, which I'm trying to. So, life's not over yet.
No,
life's not over at 40 or 30. I hate that.
Or 32.
Or 32.
Just turned 32 last week.
Nice, man. That early 30s is a good.
Yeah,
it's a good vibe.
It's younger than 30.
Yeah,
30 has more of a.
There's weight. To 30. You're like, ugh, I'm 30.
There's more weight to like the 29 and 28 to like, oh shit, it's coming.
It's coming. It doesn't matter, guys.
Yeah, life's always happening. Right?
It's always happening.
It's about what you're doing with it.
I'm pretty stoked for 40. Honestly, I have friends in their 40s right now. I'm like, dude, you guys look like you're having a good time, man.
Well, I mean, you're like a young 40 though too. You're like busy and creative, and you train. So I think house on your side.
It should be fun. Yeah.
Well, how do you balance your creative instinct when you're working with like other people, and maybe you're contributing to a project rather than being your project?
I feel like I'll offer what I have.
Right.
I like to always try to operate at 100%, right? Like if I'm in a project for whatever reason, you wanted me here, right?
You have my full attention.
You wanted my full attention. You want my full skill and capability. But at the end of the day, it's their project.
Right.
So I'm always like a little sidestepping. I'm like, hey, this could be a cool line, or hey, this could be a cool piano part. But I'm always ready to just step back. Right. I'm always just like, oh, if you don't dig it, step back. This is your project. So that's how being in studio with other people, it's a delicate dance sometimes, because you don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
But you also don't want to just be like dead weight
Yeah.
hanging out there. Yeah.
And then also it's a weird thing when you know you're right. Like you know what you hear,
Yes.
and you're like, bro, like, and especially for people that have like that, like a very strong creative instinct, like, bro, I hear this and I know this is possible and this could work. Just try it. Just like trust me.
Yes.
Trust me. So
I have said that a couple times to be like, just trust me. Well, I'll say this. I'll be like, trust me. Let's try it. Like, put it in or let me track it or insert it. And then again, if they don't like it, they're like, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
you can always delete it.
You can always delete it.
You can always delete it.
Command Z.
Some things you can't, but the ones you can, you know, fuck it, leave it. Yeah, it's when I would work with my boys a lot, it was like, all right, like, you just let me get this one, and the next song, when you have this moment, like, I owe you that one. So,
Yeah.
So I'll let it live. It's such an interesting, like, just dynamic to have to deal with that, because it's a very, like, intimate thing, right? Like, music, creativity.
Yes.
Like, I wonder how people feel like that, like artists, like painters or like sculptors, and like, because they have teammates and like the big people like that are insane, like they're like prolific. Like, have you heard of Daniel Arsham? Can you pull up some of his work? He's done like Gunna and Nas's cover arts. He's done a ton of shit, bro.
Okay.
Crazy shit, bro.
Prolific, you said, right?
Prolific. Like, the amount of output he's
done.
He
does like sculpture stuff.
He has like paintings and shit like that too, but like some of his pieces are crazy. But he has a whole team working with him. So I wonder how, like, do they have that same dynamic, and I guess like not awkwardness, but that same, like, for lack of a better word, not fight, but like
they have the same buy-in almost. Like,
yeah, like, or is it like, no, just do this and just do it and you could do it, or is like,
that's so interesting to me. I mean, I love this kind of stuff, but the idea that a team works on it is, I don't know if I've ever thought about that.
Right? Yeah. You could pull up Nas's cover art with his name. He did a pretty dope one.
I mean, it makes sense because when you record, I'm just gonna use rock as an example because there's different instruments, right? It's team. You're like, all right, you're the bass player, drum player.
The first one, yeah.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope, right? Especially like a actual physical team.
I wonder if Nas got to keep that.
I would hope so. I mean,
or it's like in a museum or something.
He is Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, do they have that same tension where like no, I know this is what it needs, like this could work.
Right. Well, that's where I feel like, again, at the end of the day, he's the artist, if that makes sense. Because even in the studio, like if you have a producer and an engineer, I feel like those people at the same time, it's like the artist call, right? Like if they make a mix or something, at the end of the day, the artist can be like, hey,
that's
this
too much reverb.
Yeah, it's too much reverb. The snare is too loud here. So I'm sure it's similar.
Yeah.
Similar-ish.
Yeah, it's difficult to find myself in the, like, often I find myself in at the same end for some of these questions where it's like, oh, it's a person to person thing, and it's like all self-awareness. It's all like just it's that moment, like Dr. Dre and Kendrick, like there had to have been time. Nobody can agree 100% of the time, right?
Yeah.
So like there has to be those moments, like how did they manage that? Well, I guess it's also like who else is in the room, like who else is contributing, where it has to be a big group of people. And like that's just trust, right? Like the amount of trust and experience, and like also faith too.
Yeah.
Like faith in higher powers and in the universe. Like, oh, it'll guide me through this.
Yeah.
To actually get to that point where like, no, this was what was meant to be made. Like the song, the art is actually, it's formed now.
Yeah, like I said, I think if everyone's in the pursuit of the same thing, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like if the art is the purpose, whether it's that physical art or musical art or anything, if that's the purpose and not the ego, then
Yeah, the little things are gonna fall off
Mm-hmm.
off to the side of the freeway, right?
Yeah.
When you're creating, what's your process like? Like, where does your creative energy come from?
It's everywhere these days, and I think I like it that way. Um, back when I was starting out, it would always be me sitting at a piano and just kind of like feeling it out and like feeling it, right? I've found as I've gotten older, that's not always. Sometimes you might sit down there and nothing comes out. So like now I don't know if I want to call it forced. It's like practice. It's like this practice and discipline of
Right.
creativity, which is a weird thing to say, but I think that's how some of those prolific artists get so prolific. Like you wake up and treat it like you're 9 to 5. You're like, man, I don't know what I'm going to write today, but I'm going to show up and write something. So these days it's everything. It could be guitar, it could be piano, it could be a lyric, it could be a melody, and there's no chicken before the egg or egg before the it's just whatever.
Yeah.
I just start going down the rabbit hole of
Right.
whatever excites me at that time.
Pulling the thread.
Yeah.
The thread from the universe. Are you one of those people that looks at it like you're just the conduit, you're just the vehicle for the music to live?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Even musical ideas and lyrics that come to me, I'm just hanging out, man. I hope that the multiple lives I've lived, like you said, I hope I have something to say. Right. And so, and it's interesting because, and I think I do, because there's this new younger artist I'm working with, and she had never, again, it's funny, it's like I'm guiding the same kids along my path. She did like classical voice,
Right.
and now she's like, oh, I'm really curious about songwriting and production, so I started helping her out, and we started writing songs. And what's funny is at the end of the song, we've written 2 so far together, and I was always putting in my input. I'm like, oh, this could be cool, and this could be cool. And but the end product, she's like, none of this has ever even happened to me. Like one of them was like a love story.
Right.
Like it's like it was almost like a love story of just like a summer in Europe and like how someone fell in love, and that's never happened to me either.
Right.
But I was just like, I know the feeling of falling in love. I've been to Europe before.
Right.
And then
very romanticized.
It's just all these things came together, and so it's just like, oh, well, I guess that's what happened.
Right.
And I think it's a great song. So
what is your opinion on something like that, where you're, because it's like a balance, right? How much of that is, one side of the coin could be, oh, you've never lived that, don't write that. The other side of the coin could be, oh, the song wants to exist, I'm gonna let it exist. Like
yes,
it didn't. It's not like you're like spewing fucking like venom and
right.
saying you hate this person that doesn't exist. You're just saying a story, right?
Yes. I think that's where that intersection of me writing for other artists like came into my own life, because it's like that got me to think about my songs, because again, early on, all my songs early on felt very biographical, very personal, very like this legit happened to me. And then, but I felt like living in that way also kind of, 2 things happened. I hit writer's block a lot, because it was like, oh, nothing dramatic's happening to me. I don't have anything to write about, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets a little toxic, because then you're like, no, I need to go do something.
I need to make a mess.
I need to make a mess so that I have something to write about.
Right.
And it's like, that's no way to live. So I eventually was like, you know what? I'm just going to write about whatever, because at this point, I mean, there's still so many things in life to experience. But I was like, I feel like I've experienced enough life, watched enough movies, lived my life like it were a movie at some points, right? So it's like, let me just write about my experiences, and it becomes freeing, because you're just like, I think Taylor Swift might be a great example, because everyone always like, oh, Taylor Swift's always writing about like her latest boyfriend and her latest heartbreak. I'm sure some of them were.
Right.
But I'm sure at some point she's like, you know what, we're just writing songs about relationships, and like her writers or whoever's helping her, same thing.
We've wrote songs like this before, so
yeah,
it's not a problem to write it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the weird. That's a weird thing about like the authenticity and that how that's such the like that's what everybody like so desperately wants. But then there's songs like there's music that kind of it's very vague and it's like kind of abstract.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jimi Hendrix, kind of like some of his things he says, they're kind of like
Yeah.
they're like like I kind of don't know what he means. Like it
That's cool
sounds
too.
right,
Yeah.
like I guess abstract lyrics. Not to say all of his songs, and of course that he's incredible. He's one of the greatest ever. But there's things like that. Mac Miller sometimes is very. There's certain songs where it's like holy shit, like that's very abstract. Like
Yeah, you just went
you're
down this rabbit hole and you're
yeah,
like,
you're
all
leaving
right.
that up to interpretation for sure.
Yes. And there's that too, because even sometimes something that seems straightforward, I've noticed like people interpret differently.
Right.
You're like, oh, I didn't mean that, but that's
Yeah.
cool
Friends.
that you take it that
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
friends especially like, bro,
Yeah.
like you meant that shit like this, like like
And
nah,
you're like,
I
no,
just
not really.
yeah, I meant it the most surface level,
Yeah.
one dimensional, but like hey, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So that's where I'm just like, dude, that's why I feel like, yeah, I'm just the vessel, man. Like I just tell whatever story I feel like the music's calling me to, or that moment in life is happening. And it's that's where it's less pressure too, less pressure, and you get to write more because there's no more. It has to be about my life. Because sometimes too, you experience life. I don't know if you've experienced this writing. You're like, man, what if that person I'm writing about hears this,
Right.
and like, how will they feel?
Yeah,
And it gets a little weird and gets a little in your head. But when you're just writing to write,
that doesn't happen.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's a interesting thing because you do want that like, because that's what's like therapeutic though too, right?
mm-hmm,
Like, oh, I want to say this story. This
mm-hmm,
fucking terrible thing happened to me when I
yeah,
was a teenager, or I fucking destroyed this part of my life.
yeah,
But then it's like if it doesn't happen, then it's kind of the carrot on the stick type of thing where you're
mm-hmm,
like always searching for it. Where if you're just creating, then you're just creating and at least something's being created.
yeah.
Let me ask you this. Was there any point in your music that you like adopted a persona, whether intentionally or unintentionally?
Yes. Especially with my most recent stuff that I started doing as Elben, because my indie rock project was that, and then I started releasing stuff recently as like kind of more on the Post Malone pop R&B vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then performing too, whether it be for music videos or for stage, I felt like I had to, and it wasn't even like a drastic persona
Right.
change, but I had to separate who I am here, not as an artist, just like a human, versus my artistry. Otherwise, it felt like I was too connected to it. And it felt almost unhealthy to be that connected
Right.
because you know how the internet is today. They'll just hate on everything, right?
Yeah.
And then when something's so personal that you put out there, or even like when you're on stage or you shoot a music video, and like people might see even just like one tiny thing that's like not even mean, but it's like not nice.
Right.
It can get to you. So I almost had to like develop this just like that's not me. That's my artist
Yeah.
persona.
He'll deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's something that's like I've been finding more and more interesting because it's not everybody, but I mean it kind of is. I mean, right? Like everybody has nicknames and everybody even has these phases. I saw something the other day and it was like what has happened since Frank Ocean last dropped an album.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a hip hop page. It was like, oh, Tyler the Creator has dropped 5 albums with 5 different personas. Like the Flower Boy, the Igor with the with the wigs, and then the If You Get Lost with the traveling,
Yeah.
Chromacopia with the mask, and then this latest one, he looks like a 1970s Run DMC type of gangster.
Oh wow, I'll have to look that. I haven't paid too much attention to that. I'll have to look that up.
So that's like interesting that that's a thing, because right, like that's where's the line between acting and artistry? Right?
Yeah.
Because like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, where I was like, what it reminds me of Kendrick's Meet the Grams. Like the darkness that he was able to pull out and make that song, it's beautiful in a way.
Yeah.
It's like it's so fucking sinister, and like how he's talking and the production on it, like it's so dark, and I see the archetype of it, like, bro, like he tapped into his Joker right there, like,
Right.
and so
but he's not that all the time.
no,
right? Then
not
you're
at
like,
all.
oh yeah,
not
yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah.
Like where that's like is that necessary for the greatness? Like, you know, like, cause that, what would I get out of that if I started experimenting with that, like an alias?
Yeah.
Like my rap name is my birth name. It's Angel. It's
Yeah.
Angel is, you know. So like if I lean into the is more and find other things like where I'll get something, right? It's not gonna be nothing, but
I think it'd be cool because I
Right.
mean that makes me think of actors, right? We think about maybe even just like I don't even know what actors to name. I'll just say Tom Hanks because I was talking about him the other day, but like he has played so many different, and this is for a lot of great actors and
Right.
actresses, like so many different roles, and it kind of just lets you explore this side of you that you might have not known existed. And sometimes and like you said, do I have to go down that, like you were talking about Kendrick's dark side? I mean, sometimes you gotta to get that if you're trying to if that's what you're going for,
right. Yeah. So, and then even just if I'm just exploring and I'm just curious about what's possible, like I don't, at this point it's just like, oh well, what song can I make? Like how much, what's left in the realm that's unexplored, undiscovered. So, and because he's done it too, like with the Kung Fu Kenny and the King Kunta for To Pimp a Butterfly, and
Okay.
like you know, like even at lower levels, right? Like Jay-Z had Hove, and Nas had Nasty Nas. Pac became Machiavelli, even though, which he did it the fucking craziest because he was literally not alive no more, and then he fucking decided to, or he had it laid out where he passed away, and then the persona change came, which fucked up everybody. People still think he's alive in Cuba, which he might be. Right?
I always hold out hope, man.
She's gonna come out with Kendrick feature.
Yeah, Tupac's gonna come back. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing, like, because that's like part of the human like exploration where we don't know, right? Like we don't know what the limits are, and what our potential is, and how much of ourselves we have undiscovered.
Yeah, and it's like, why not? Because there's just it's like discovering different countries. You know what I mean? Like, why not go check it out?
Right.
Why not discover this side of yourself that you didn't know was there? So,
especially when it's gonna lead to to music, which is the thing we obsess over the most. Do you ever have to get in a certain space to like deliver songs a certain way, or the lyrics that you've written, they require a certain type of energy? Like, have you ever tried to like force yourself to be sad when you weren't necessarily sad?
yes, I've talked about this. Well, and then it's like that whole thing of like, do you need to force yourself into, in real life, a sad moment or an angry moment in order to either write or perform that? I was talking to an author slash poet last year, because he was writing some pretty, I mean, I don't want to call it dark and depressing, but he was exploring this darker side of heavier
subjects
of humanity. And I asked him on a podcast. I was like, do you feel like you need to go into that headspace in order for you to write? And I actually forget what he said. But for me, I feel like I think I almost have to access a part of me that lived that, maybe. Like if I'm writing something really angry, I have to access something in my memory that's like, oh, that made me really angry in life in order to deliver that performance.
Yeah.
Same with if it's something really romantic, like you gotta think of like the most romantic moment you might have ever experienced so that you can convey that. And same with sadness. So I think I like to access it for
Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's a interest that's interesting also because like I've been asked like, oh, it's like, bro, like this one producer in particular asked like, oh, like, bro, you need this hook needs more pain, like you gotta like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like think of a breakup, think of something, like it's a good hook, and it fits well on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
The beat is calling for it, like I need more pain on this
Yeah.
take, bro. And I was like, well, I wasn't capable of tapping into it at
Yeah.
that moment, and it's of course every human has suffered.
Yeah.
So I have things that are that I haven't dealt with, and
Yeah.
of course everybody does, right? But like at that moment, it's like, oh fuck, like I don't know how to tap into it. But that might be the character, the personas, and the character, right?
And sometimes too, because I've had producers tell me the same thing, like, dude, I don't feel, I don't feel what you're trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, I'm listening to your lyrics, I'm listening to your melody, but like your performance isn't conveying
Yeah.
what you're trying to say. And I have thought about this. I was like, dude, I'm feeling it. Like, I'm feeling it in my, like, it hurts or whatever, right? And so it made me think maybe it's like, sometimes it is just like a skill.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I think about it on piano sometimes, because like sometimes they're asking for something. I'm like, maybe like the actual skill of it has not developed. Like maybe I
Yeah.
haven't learned how to sing in that way or deliver a line in that way. So, because that is a fascinating thing that people will say. I was like, dude, I gave it all the pain I got,
Yeah.
or know how to. Like I'm feeling so.
Yeah, maybe I just haven't done the work to find the pain in my voice
To deliver it in that way, right? Yeah.
Because there's also like those moments like where like I'm so like so amped and so like enthusiastic about what we're doing. Like, bro, I just want to fucking scream on the mic like as loud as I can because I just have this energy, but it's not, that doesn't, it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
For me, of course, other people like Chester Bennington, they fucking like the engineer had to be recording on so low, right? To get that take at a decent level.
And then it's also like, how can they do that for so long? Because I tried to scream way back in the day. I mean, I have learned since then that there are techniques and how to do it,
Right.
so that you can like. Because I was like, dude, how do these artists go on tour and just scream night after night? Because I scream for an hour and my voice is gone.
Right.
I'm like, and they do it all the time. And then I eventually learned. I was like, oh, there's a way to do it.
Yeah, like a specific technical side of it.
And so, and I know I can't. Like, if someone's like, "Oh, I need you to give a little scream so we can feel that anger and pain," I'd be like, "I don't know how."
Yeah,
Like,
just get somebody that's just chilling in the studio. That's your guy.
Yeah, not me.
So like scrolling Instagram. It's like, huh? Me? Music's like the one, or it's like the overlap of culture, right? That's why it's so impactful. Like actors act.
Mm-hmm.
And athletes they compete.
Yeah,
it's competition, but music has like it has both of those things, and it's everything like kind of bundled into it, right? Like most athletes don't like go into persona and develop that. Some do, of course, right? And then actors don't. It's how can you compete, right? Like movie to movie, performance to performance.
Yeah.
Where music has that overlap, which I'm sure if I talked to an actor, they'd give me a description. Like I think Timothy Chalamet, he was with Kendrick, and he said like, "No, I'm competitive about it." Either it was him, or I think it might have been with Theo. It's like, "No, I'm competitive about it." Like a lot of people are doing music biopics. Like, bro, I went super hard for the Bob Dylan one he did. Like I
want to be the best.
I want mine to be the best. And
yeah.
Of course, it's possible too. Like because then like who else is working as hard?
Yeah.
And that movie was damn good.
I need to see it. It's on my to watch list. Yeah.
super good. I mean, he's also a badass. Bro. Dune, I love Dune.
Yes.
Dune. I haven't finished the book, but movies
The movies are
great.
good. Yeah.
Movies are great. Movies are great. Hell yeah, bro. Well, thanks for doing this, huh?
Yeah,
really,
man.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
It was really cool to hear from somebody that's experienced so much in music that it's like out of the normal realm of people that I talk to about music.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah.
Although the philosophies and the feelings they overlap. But so it's always a learning experience for me. Every one of these episodes is like something new, and it's something that like it just excites me, especially with musicians, artists. Like, bro, like fuck.
That's cool,
So,
man. Keep doing it because I
Yeah.
think that's like the magic, right? Chasing what excites you.
Yeah,
So, hell yeah.
collaboration.
Yeah, and
man.
collaboration. Not a robot, not AI.
Yeah, unless it's just the tool, right?
It's a
The
tool.
yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, if I would rather sit in a room full of
Yeah, for
musicians
sure, yeah.
than like bounce an idea off AI.
The argument would be like, all right, no AI, then let me get a drum set just to do this one fucking hi hat,
Yeah.
fucking on this hip hop beat. Like, let me just
Or
fucking,
just make AI do it.
yeah, right. Like that would be the argument.
Yeah.
Like, let me go fucking rent this drum set from Guitar Center and just,
It's a tool.
it's a tool. Yeah, it's a tool.
Yeah.
Not the soul though, huh? The
Mhm.
soul ain't a tool. How yeah, bro? As you know, going from here, where are you going from here? What's next on your agenda?
I'm gonna go have dinner, I think, somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And then work tomorrow. So
work tomorrow, and then music. I would assume.
yes, I
Not
got
today, but in the broad scope of things.
studio next weekend.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. Concert I'm watching and then studio the next day. So that should be cool.
There we
A
go,
little
bro.
inspiration to take into the room. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And Lord knows we need more people who are inspired.
Yeah.
So go out there, get inspired,
Woo.
and then make something of it. GFH. Peace out.